Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm JustMoparJoe. So real quick, I wanted to go over what I think are the three major things to have a successful bracket race car. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so number one is going to be traction. You'll notice this car's got slicks on it. If you're running a bracket class like foot brake, or some people call it no electronics, others are called pro class, whatever. You're better off, in my opinion, running slicks versus drag radials. I know a lot of people like drag radials and can get their vehicle to hook up on drag radials, etc. But 9 times out of 10, slicks have worked better for me. So I'm just giving you kind of my personal advice on it. Also, when we talk about traction, notice both those are rolling backwards. If you'll remember, this rear end's got a spool in it. So having those tied together all the time, consistent traction, is a very, very crucial key to having a successful bracket race car. Another thing, these tires are a 28 10 5 15W. I believe that W means wide. So it's a 15-inch wheel, but they're a little bit wider profile than a standard 10.5. Having this wide a tire, this car has 410 gears. I've checked on that. That's actually plenty of tire for the motor that I have. The amount of power that I'm going to put down with this engine is not really substantial. It doesn't have to be if it's a bracket race car, right? I'm better off having too much traction than not enough traction. I've seen cars, actually one of the most successful bracket racers I've ever seen, he just had a Chevrolet small block in his Nova and had some, I want to say they were 33 16-inch wide tires or something. And he would foot brake the car, leave the same every time, and do his job, and it really paid off for him. He was very, very, very successful. Number two, I'll jump into it real quick. All right, number two is going to be having a good shifter. So I've seen a couple people, very few actually, that have had success in a car where they had to shift on a column consistently every time, unless the car was really slow. Having a shifter that actually ratchets like this one, I'll show you. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Having that shifter will get you a lot more consistent time. At the same time, if you want to even be more consistent, you could go to a power glide. This car's got a 727 in it, 3-speed. A lot of people like the power glide. I tried it in my Cuda, and ultimately I did not like it. So anyway you wish, this actually has a reverse manual valve body. So if I'm in neutral, I pull back, that's first, second, third. There's no chance of me going to neutral accidentally if I'm always slapping backwards. And it gives you a little more time to keep your hands on the wheel, eyes out on anything else, right? If I'm wide open on the accelerator and all I have to do is slap this, I don't ever have to look down at it to slap it. It's in my hand already. I can drive with this hand. Everything's beautiful in that sense. Let's do number 3 real quick. All right, number 3 has got to be torque converter. In my mind, it may be the biggest one. You could have a slow car, you can have one wheel peel, whatever you want. But if your converter sucks and you can't cut a light, then you might as well just stay at home. So it's kind of hard to find the dual use converter of street and strip. You want to be able to run around on Saturday night and then, go to the drag races all day Sunday. It's kind of hard to find the happy medium when the guy next to you is only using his car for racing. So just keep that in mind. I always run a cooler on my transmissions. Notice here I got the mini starter. If you can get the mini starter for your Dodge, I would highly recommend it. It's a lot smaller, it's lighter, gives you a lot more room around your headers, all that. But number three's got to be converter for me. So y'all think those three over? Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll all kind of go over this together with each other. There's a million things in this. You could have, you know, any sort of opinion on what's the best carburetor, the best way to run your alternator, best cooling system. You could say alcohol cars are better than gas powered cars, whatever. But if you don't have traction, a shifter that's decent, and a good torque converter, you're really handicapping yourself. You may go out and enjoy drag racing, that's fine. Everybody does when they're there. But it's a lot more enjoyable if you can win a few rounds. So hopefully I can with this car. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll catch you next time.